everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Annabelle and in today's video, we're going to be trying out the medium contrast makeup look. If you aren't already subscribed, make sure to subscribe to my channel. But without further ado, let's get into today's video. First things first, you need a good base. So we're starting off with a clean skin. I'm going to spray this Pixie Beauty Hydrating Milky Mist just for some hydration back in my face. I love a glowy makeup, so I like my skincare to reflect that as well. We are starting with this Nivea Luminous Dark Spot Solution. It's supposed to help with hyperpigmentation, so I'm curious to see what it looks like. Next, I'm going with the Naturium Vitamin C Complex Serum. And then this, honestly, is the secret to my skincare glow. It is the Sahajan Radiance Face Serum. Such a good consistency, and even before I put like moisturizer and like sunscreen, I'm already glowing. This is what it looks like. I also don't know how to rub skincare on my face. Whenever I watch back videos of me putting my skincare on, it's so aggressive and I don't know why. Next, I go in with the Nivea Refreshing Day Cream. It also has SPF 15. So I like that on days where like I forget to rub SPF, which aren't that many to be honest, but just in case, you never know. Most of these products are also lightweight because you don't want to feel like you're putting so much on your face before you even have makeup on. So these are like perfect. Even though there's 1,001 steps in here, it doesn't feel like anything is on my face really. Last but not least, we're going to go in with sunscreen. This is the La Mer UV Protecting Fluid. I feel like this is like the perfect start to your makeup. Now the second part of prep is primer. I can't believe there was a time I didn't believe in using primers. I don't know what I was thinking, but I usually alternate between these two. This is the Milk Hydro Grip Primer, classic. She literally sets your skin to perfection. And this is the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. This is a new one. I don't think I'm going to be using this today. Let's go in with the Milk Hydro Grip. I feel like this is not like too matte, but it's also not like too glowy, which is why I like how my makeup ends up turning out in this. I don't want something that would necessarily dry out all the products I just put on my face. The next thing I do is my brows. Because I use a brow gel, I typically like to get this out of the way fairly quickly in my makeup routine, just so I don't have products or the gel sticking to other products that I'm going to be putting on my face. I recently got the Ardell Brow Glue. It's the Instant Lamination Lift, and I'm obsessed with it. Like, truly, I don't think any brow product I have used has set my brows down this much. Besides the Benefit, I forget what the name is, the Benefit one that comes in a silver small, I literally just threw it out. I don't know why I can't remember the name. That's the only one. And Patrick Ta. You can use this on like an everyday makeup look. It doesn't leave any white cast or any like white whatever that brow gels typically do. And it's just so easy to maneuver. I love it. And then it also comes with this little brush. So I take this side and I brush everything up. After I do that, I take the flat end of the brush and then just press everything down like so, just to make sure everything is in place and does not move for the entire day. Then using some Q-tip, I just go ahead and wipe off any excess product. Then I'm going to lightly fill in my brows with the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint. I think it's called Brow Tint Pen. Ever since I got this makes doing my brows so much easier. I find that especially when you use brow gels product, it might be quite hard to manipulate a pencil with the brow gel, and this just made my life so much easier and made doing my brows a lot more fun instead of a painful task. I use the color Espresso, by the way, and then I just go in with a concealer that's very close to my skin tone. I'm using the L'Oreal True Match Serum Concealer in color N10, and I'm going to lightly line the bottom of my brows. I typically don't do this for like an everyday makeup look just because it makes the brows look too perfect and I don't necessarily like that. I switch between an angle brush and just the regular concealer brush. This is what the brows look like. The next thing I'm going to do is going with the L'Oreal True Match Lomi Lotion. I'm only going to put this on the high points of my face, given that my base is already quite glowy. Whenever I'm doing like a no makeup look, I go in with this everywhere on my face, but I'm already quite shiny. So I'm just going to do some high points. I'm going to do my forehead as well. For foundation, we're going to be mixing a few things for the perfect coverage and also the perfect shade. I'm going to be mixing the House Labs Skin Tech Foundation in colors, I think this is A92 and I don't know what this color is. I mixed the House Labs foundation with the L'Oreal True Match Hyaluronic Tinted Serum. I like to tell myself that adding something with hyaluronic acid that has skincare, it's just going to be good. But I feel like this is the perfect combination for more of a full coverage makeup, but also extremely light and like glowy. I don't know if that makes sense. But it also gives me my somewhat perfect shade. She's still a little too light, but she matches the inside of my face, which I feel like is the most important thing. By the way, most of my brushes are either e.l.f. or Morphe. This is Morphe. This is the e.l.f. foundation brush, and I'm going to blend out the foundation. Also, since I switched from blending my foundation from a beauty blender to using a brush, I don't think I felt the same since then. I can't believe I was using a beauty blender the entire time. I feel like brushes just make the product stay on more and they blend so well. With medium contrast makeup, I feel like you also don't want something that's too matte, but don't want something that's too glowy as well. The next step is going to be concealer. I'm using the L'Oreal True Match Concealer. These also come with hyaluronic acid in them. They're pretty light, I would say, like medium to light coverage. My go-to with makeup products is I want to feel like I have nothing on my face, which I feel like this does. By going with the color N8 first, which is the lighter one, in the inner corners, and then the more darker one I put it on the outside of my eyes just because I don't like that really harsh concealer line, and I put that over here, and then I'm going to let this sit for a little bit before I blend it in. Okay, now that that's ready to be blended, I also add a little bit of concealer to other places on my face that need a little bit of brightness. So just right under my chin, right here, and right on my forehead. But I'm going to go ahead and blend these first just because I don't need the extra brightness. And I'm using a concealer brush to blend that in. I start blending in the outer corners. So blending where the concealer meets the foundation first before going in on the middle. But I like to use this first and then I actually go in with a second concealer that's much lighter for that brightening effect. For the lighter concealer, I just use the Maybelline, I don't know what line this is. It's a Maybelline concealer and it's just in a much lighter color. I don't remember what shade this is. And I go right there just to brighten and leave it there. While we're waiting for that to set in and dry down a little bit, I'm going to bronze my face. So I use a bunch of things for bronzing. This NYX Butter Bronzer, I swear by. It's more of like a purplish color, so it looks more like a blush. But before I do that, I start with the Pixi On The Glow Tinted Moisture Stick. And I take this brush, rub that in here a little bit, and I just have this old makeup palette and I go into the darker shade. Dab that a little bit, wipe it down on my hand, and then go in here. Now that we have a little bit of color in my face, I'm also going to go ahead and do the same thing for my nose. I typically like a really harsh nose contour, and then now I'm going to go in and blend the concealer. Now that that's blended in, I'm going to go in with the NYX Buttermilk Bronzer. This is the shade Butter Than You. That's actually quite cute. But I'm just going to use this to go over the places that I put the bronzer on. I'm going to go a little on my forehead as well. Then I'm just going to use my foundation brush, whatever products that's left, to blend in where the concealer meets the bronzer. This is what the base is looking like. To clean up everything a little bit, I'm going to go in with the concealer that's closer to my shade and just follow the bronzer line. And I'm just going to quickly blend that in. Next, before I actually do eyeshadow, I am just going to set the concealer underneath my eyes just to make sure it doesn't crease as we're going. I use the One Size setting powder in Sweet Honey. Whenever I'm going for more of a lighter contrast look, I would mix this in with just a regular finishing powder that is closer to my skin tone. So this is the Black Opal Deluxe Finishing Powder in the shade Dark. I forget what these are called, but I use this to apply the powder. So I dab it in some powder and then I just wipe up the excess here. Looking down, apply it underneath my eye. Then I also put some on my eyelid to prep it for eyeshadow. And I'm going to go ahead and just set the rest of my face, basically my forehead, because I'm going to be raising my eyebrows a lot and I don't want anything to move. To add some hydration back into my face, I'm going to go in with the Milk Hydro Grip Set and Refresh Spray. I typically also do this before setting, however, because my face was already so glowy and so hydrated, I didn't feel the need to. But I'm just going to go ahead and spray this everywhere. Now for the fun part, I'm just going to be using this ColourPop Daydreaming Pressed Powder Palette. It has the neutrals that I need. I could also use this one, but just for a change, we're going to be using the ColourPop one. I'm going to be going in with these two colors. I feel like I have a good base on. I'm actually just going to go in with this palette, something darker for like the outer corner of my eye, and put that just right there. Okay, I feel like there's a good contrast going on there. Lastly, I'm going to go in with this Rare Beauty eyeliner gel. It's just in the color Black. I'm going to put that right at the corner here and then use an angle brush to like drag it out. And then I'm just going to use this brush to make the line a lot more subtle. I'm also just going to drag the liner into my inner corners a little bit, just so my eyes pop a little more. The thing that we're going to do is blush. I use either the ColourPop Weightless Liquid Blush in Royal Flush or this Milk Makeup. I'm actually going to mix them a little bit just because this is more liquid. And then using a brush, I'm going to start off with the Milk one. I'm just going to dip into that, wipe off a little, and go here. And then I'm going to dip into the ColourPop one, which is a lot more like harsh. I typically use the Milk one for more of an everyday makeup look. It is, however, buildable though, but I'm going to use the least amount of products essentially. Before I clean this up, because it's looking quite harsh where my concealer meets my blush, I'm actually going to put my highlighter first, just to make the cleaning process a lot easier. I use the Merit Day Glow Highlighting Balm in the color Citron. Well, I feel like this gives more of like a natural glow as opposed to when I used like powder highlighters. Now that that's done, I'm going to use again my foundation brush and just blend in without putting any more product where the blush meets my concealers. Now I'm just going to draw a little liner using the same thing that I used for my brows. Okay, we're almost done. I'm going to be doing my mascara now. I'm using these two. This is the Milk Makeup Kush Hiro Mascara and this is the Maybelline Firework Lash Sensational Mascara. For the sake of this video, I am going to curl my lashes, even though I don't buy that it actually does anything. For the second coat, I'm going to do the Maybelline. Okay, for lips, I just go ahead with a brown liner from the drugstore. And I use these two to get like a nude-ish look. So this one is like more dark. I just dab that a little in the middle. And then this is the Maybelline, they're both Maybelline. This is the Maybelline Super Stay Ink Crayon. It's a lot lighter. Before topping up with the ColourPop So Juicy Plumping Lip Balms. And I am using shade Dolled Up, which is like a pinkish color. Lastly, I'm going to finish up with the L'Oreal Infallible 3-Second Setting Mist. You need to hold your breath for this because she's a harsh girly. This is the final look. I think this fits my features extremely well, so I'm definitely going to be doing my makeup more like this moving forward. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, if you aren't already subscribed, make sure you subscribe to my channel. It would mean the absolute world. All the makeup products I use will be linked down below on either my Amazon storefront or on my LTK. Also, make sure you like this video and leave a comment below which makeup contrast look you are. I'm always curious to see what different people are. But yeah, I will catch you guys in the next video. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Bye. Kisses.